Foxley, and this is round of 16, the first game of round of 16, White Rabbit Gaming versus Alpha. First ban IO from Alpha. I'm wondering if they think White Rabbit Gaming is gonna try the carry IO strats or not, and White Rabbit Gaming not wanting the Spirit Breaker. Enchantress, also a really good ban, especially if it's not a hero you play. It's a very strong hero, difficult to lane against, rather easy to counter, I'd say. It's not the most difficult hero to counter, but it's not a hero you want to counter. And then Marana ban from White Rabbit Gaming. Ogre Magi, first pick from Alpha. That's a very good pick lately, because you never know if it's going to be a support or an off lane, or I've even seen some people playing mid. You literally can't do anything with him. He's so tanky in lane, a lot of HP regen, a lot of armor. Yeah, just a really good pick, and something Alpha would be glad slipped through the bans. First pick for White Rabbit Gaming is the Tusk, and yeah, Tusk, I know White Rabbit Gaming has a really strong roaming Tusk, and it could even be a bait pick and not be a roaming Tusk, but it most likely will be a roaming Tusk, and yeah, it's a really strong pick. It's gonna be very interesting to see White Rabbit Gaming's roaming Tusk. Going into the reserve time is White Rabbit Gaming already. Not exactly sure what they want to pick for the second pick. Maybe they wanted to pick one of the heroes that was banned. Maybe Alpha banned really well this game. Yeah, running quite deep into the reserve time now is White Rabbit Gaming. Second pick for them is the Oracle. And Alpha immediately goes for the Dazzle. They know what they want to pick. They are on top of it. They already discussed it beforehand, and it seems like they do have a draft in mind this game. Naga Siren, extremely pesky hero, difficult hero to counter, and even if you do counter Naga, it's not fun to play against. Huskar ban from Alpha. I don't know if White Rabbit Gaming really plays Huskar. Usually a team is either a Huskar team or not. And the Templar Assassin ban from White Rabbit Gaming should suggest more or less what kind of mid they want to go for. But I'm not sure what that is.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Nature's Prophet, okay. Some rat's gonna come through. And immediately Alpha again with the Timbersaw pick. Really not taking their times with the pick at all. And Timbersaw is pretty good against Nature's Prophet. The reactive armor, of course, against Nature's Prophet's tree ants, and then also is able to cut through the trees and burst down Nature's Prophet rather easily. So yeah, Timbersaw is actually a pretty good pick this game. Decent against Tusk as well.
5 seconds remaining.
But it is a hero that can be countered to a certain extent. Maybe with a Witch Doctor. But yeah, they won't pick Witch Doctor anymore. That's a Slark pick from White Rabbit Gaming. That's pretty strong against the Timbersaw. Slark is going to be able to get a lot of stacks on the Timbersaw. And yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good pick. Alpha now with the fourth pick. I think they want to get something that's good against the Slark. And that's kind of the age-old question. What is good against Slark? They have to pick a mid or a core now, so maybe Bloodseeker, to be honest. I'm not sure. Bloodseeker Juggernaut would be quite decent this game as well, for the early game fights and the magic community. Also his agility hero, not a very tanky hero, so he's pretty strong against Slark.
Radiant team back.
And it's a Gyrocopter pick. I'm liking the Gyrocopter pick so far because they do have quite a lot of frontline already. Ogre Magi, extremely tanky. Timbersaw, extremely tanky. Having a backline agility hero is pretty strong this game. And the Gyrocopter with his flak cannon will be able to do quite a lot of damage against the split push from Nature's Prophet. And that's a Lina ban, last ban from White Rabbit Gaming. Not wanting to play against the Lina mid. Never really a hero you want to play against. Being able to just spam his Q, extremely strong. And last ban is a Shadow Fiend from Alpha, and they do have the last pick as well. I mean the second last pick. I think they do have to go a mid now, so I'm thinking Necrophos would be pretty decent this game, just so White Rabbit Gaming doesn't pick it, because that would be a really good pick for White Rabbit Gaming.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
What other mid heroes can they go? I think Templar and Lina is banned, so they can't go that anymore. Maybe Quap would be decent. Even a Tiny wouldn't be bad at all. Ember Spirit. Not a ridiculous amount of lockdown on White Rabbit Gaming's side, so maybe even a Storm Spirit would be quite decent. Yeah, I'm thinking any hero that has a lot of escape will do well for Alpha this game.
Radiant team pick.
That's a Wind Ranger pick for the last pick. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good pick. Gonna be able to get his Windron off pretty successfully this game, as White Rabbit Gaming does have a lot of right click damage and not a lot of spell damage, so pretty solid pick there on the Wind Ranger. Last pick here for White Rabbit Gaming, I'm gonna guess Necrophos. Wind Ranger is just an extremely strong mid laner as well, current patch. And that's a Tinker pick, last pick, so a very confident Tinker pick there, and it's gonna be extremely pesky for the side of Alpha if they don't deal with him early game, because Tinker can just get out of control quite easily. It's gonna be BEE on the Tusk, Reaper on Oracle, and Jappa on Nature's Prophet. And it seems like on the side of Alpha, the mid laner is gonna be Spacman, so it's gonna be Spacman versus Yaku Skulkvake in the middle lane. Gyrocopter has a pretty cool set, I have to say. It looks like Slardar. .301 wins and 108 losses as Tinker. That's a pretty impressive record. Okay, let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. BEE already smoked up. They want to be aggressive here in the top lane. They might try and go for first blood. There's a pause please already called here from the Slark. I wonder if it's technical difficulties. Yeah, it seems like Slark is going to disconnect for now. Possibly internet problems. And it seems like White Rabbit Gaming, all of them are smoked at the moment. I'm not sure what they want to do with this. I'm thinking they're going to try and play aggressive try to get first blood, maybe even get 4 runes. Ooh, aren't you supposed to play on original accounts? Let me see. Okay, it seems so far. Spacman on a level 15 account. And yeah, there's really no reason not to play on an original account, to be honest, because you can just enter anyone into the tournament as long as it's not in another team. So yeah, we'll see. Go in ready. Just hold. Timbersaw not ready yet. Maybe they... Okay, ready. Let's go.
Thanks for that.
Dazzle does have quite a bit of wards this game, and it seems like it is going to be Windranger. Yeah, Windranger is going to go mid. For a second there I thought Dazzle's gonna go mid. That would have been pretty crazy. Let's see, Tusk uses the smoke to get to the top jungle, enemy jungle, very soon into the game. Tusk is wrapping around at the moment, is very deep into the dire jungle, and they shouldn't expect this at all. It is daylight vision, so maybe if Tusk isn't in the correct position, they might spot him out here. Vision though from the Nature's Prophet, they do see onto the high ground, they do know that Panos and Dazzle is here at the moment. Tusk does have his third ability that is going to use it to go onto the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter actually dropping Jappa pretty low now, but it seems like they still want to go on Panos. Very aggressive here from the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Should be one more hit, and that's the first blood for the side of White Rabbit Gaming on BEE's Tusk. Very well played there from White Rabbit Gaming, being extremely aggressive with that Smoke of Deceit, and it seems like they are going to get 3 runes here as well, so very good start for White Rabbit Gaming. And Tusk, very aggressive build. He does have the Orb of Venom already, so he's definitely going to be looking for kills early game here. Already found 1 for his team. Spacman blocking middle lane. Tinker as well, who's going to win this block. It seems like both are blocking pretty decently, and it's actually Spacman that's going to win the block there. And bottom lane, Slok does have quite a lot of regeneration, 4 iron branches as well, so this should be quite a comfortable lane for Slok if JFD doesn't go ham. Some harassment from Ogre Major already, very good hero for harassment, a lot of armor, a lot of spells, and Gyrocopter top being aggressive, but they are aggressing back onto the Gyrocopter, and both of them dropping pretty low now. Favorable trade for the side of White Rabbit Gaming, I would say, except Nature's Prophet doesn't have any regeneration here, so maybe it's not a favorable trade. Very aggressive build from Nature's Prophet as well. He has the Blightstone already and Magic Stick, so definitely going a lot of early game items. BEE wants to dive top lane. Yeah, Panos dropping pretty low. They do get the kill onto the Gyrocopter here. Dazzle also dropping pretty low. The Snowball is going to dodge the tower hit, and that's 2 kills for the side of White Rabbit Gaming in their off lane. Bottom lane, that's a whoops from BEE. He does have the salve and the clarity, so he's going to be back up to full HP and mana pretty soon. Very well played there. Tower diving 1.5 minutes into the game. Middle lane though, Tinker is doing pretty well against the Windranger, more than double the wind's last hits, and the laser, very good spell to zone out enemies and make sure they can't deny you, can't last hit against you. Very irritating spell to lane against, and it seems like Tinker is actually maxing the laser this lane, so that is the strategy he wants to go for. He's just going to keep zoning the Windranger with that laser, and Windranger will try to do the same with him with the power shot. Panos, top lane, is going onto BEE, but it seems like BEE wants to actually go on Panos here, and he's going to charge up the roll. Goes back to the stack, to the pool. And bottom lane, they do get the kill onto the Ogre Magi, but Slok dies as well. Wind Ranger middle lane, it's pretty low mana. He's gonna have to try get regeneration. 2 mangoes are on the way to Wind Ranger right now. And middle lane, Tinker's just doing extremely well. I don't think he's missed a single last hit here. 16 last hits already in 3 minutes. BEE wants to be aggressive. He's gonna keep being aggressive. He's not even roaming. He's just laning top at the moment, and it's working really well for them. He does have the tag team and the snowball available, almost level 3. And bottom lane, Oracle does die to the Ogre Magi.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Top lane, Gyrocopter's taking tower damage here. This might be a little bit too aggressive from him. It's going to be a snowball from Tusk, but it's going to be a defensive snowball. He's going to get back with the snowball. Top lane, BEE does manage to block in Panas. He is going to go on Panas. Backs for now though. And BEE dropping pretty low. Panas doing a lot of damage there. And the flak cannon almost kills BEE, but it's not quite enough. Bottom lane, this Timbersaw is having a great time zoning out the Slok quite effectively, and top lane BEE is still trying to be a little bit aggressive. He's quite deep for how low his HP is. Slok does bounce back, almost dies there from the Ogre Magi Timbersaw combo. Oracle does pull at least. Top lane BE aggressive onto Panas. He is going to snowball Panas, and that's going to be another kill for the top lane of White Rabbit Gaming. Extremely successful top and bottom lane, or to be honest, and mid lane for White Rabbit Gaming so far this game. BEE getting it done even with his low HP. They are going to go onto the Dazzle as well, and that's a double kill for Jappa. Jappa extremely farmed right now. He is third in net worth, not even leading in net worth. These last hits for Tinker doing so much work. 32 last hits, and BEE is going to be able to contest the rune of the enemy side there. So that's going to be 4 runes for White Rabbit Gaming. So very strong there. Slok bounce onto the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi dropping pretty low now. They do have the root on them as well, and BEE does rotate in as well. That's going to be minus armor onto the Ogre Magi, and Timbersaw dropping very low now. He's going to get rolled on, and that's going to be 2 kills. Very good rotation there from BEE. Top lane, Dazzle does aggress onto Jappa. They know that Tusk is not here. Jappa is going to use his teleportation. He should be able to make it out, and he does make it out. Very well played there. At the very least, for the side of Alpha, they do have some free farm on the Gyrocopter for the time being. Pause from the side of Alpha. Maybe Wind Ranger is lagging a little bit, not sure. More than a 3k lead already for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Alpha's gonna have to try something pretty drastic to get back into this game, otherwise it's just gonna spiral out of control from here. Nature's Prophet, pretty cool attack animation. For a time there, it looked like the bottom lane for Alpha was gonna go pretty well, but then the rotation from BEE assured that White Rabbit Gaming will actually still win the lane there. Still though, the Timbersaw Ogre Magi combo is pretty scary. Definitely very difficult to lane against. Wind Ranger does reconnect. He is pretty low mana in the middle lane, so not exactly sure what he's planning to do on that. Maybe he's going to buy a bottle. Top lane, Jappa is TP'd back into the lane now. It is only him. BEE is rotating top though. Bottom lane, there's a ping onto the Slog. Slog is pretty low. He does at least regenerate on the tree that he planted with an iron branch, so that's going to be quite a bit of regen. Top lane, BEE is going to try and cut off this gyrocopter. They do get quite a lot of damage onto the gyrocopter. That's a unfortunate sprout there, as gyrocopter does manage to escape. Kronos though, he does seem to want to be going to the middle lane, maybe offer some assistance. And Tinker's just farming stacks at the moment, farming the jungle. His farm is going extremely well. He has 44 last hits already, 7 minutes into the game, and it seems like BEE is going to contest this top lane. Jappa, top lane, maybe a little bit out of position. There is an Ogre Magi rotation. They do have a Tango as well. That's going to be a kill onto the Nature's Prophet, so maybe a little bit too aggressive there for White Rabbit Gaming, trying to contest the rune of Alpha. Wind Ranger though is in the middle lane. She did decide to rush the boots, not go for bottle, and it's pretty reasonable. Does spot out the Tusk though. He does know there is a mid gank imminent. Ogre Magi though is going to go in behind this BEE Tusk, and BEE does spot him out. There is a ping from the Nature's Prophet, and that's going to be a signal for Tusk to play a little more careful here. Tinker does TP back to base, so nothing's going to happen mid. Slog, despite laning against the Timbersaw, is doing really well this game. 40 last hits already, and it's a solo lane at the moment. It's only him and Timbersaw. Very aggressive war there from Dazzle on the side of Alpha. So that's going to be able to spot out the triangle of White Rabbit Gaming. They do spot out the Dazzle though, not going to decide to initiate on him quite yet. Middle lane, Reaper in behind this Wind Ranger at the moment. If he gets the root off, that might maybe be a kill. He does get the aggressive ward off. Ogre Magi, top lane, does harass BEE a bit with his W, does stun him as well, and the Sprout from Nature's Prophet is on point. That's going to be a Sprout onto Ogre Magi. BEE backing for now, he does have his spells available. And mid lane, it seems like they do get the kill onto the Wind Ranger, Repo, and the Tinker. Bottom lane, Slog, aggressive onto the Timbersaw. He still has his pounce though, didn't use that yet. It does pounce now, is a leech, and that's going to be a Nature's Prophet rotation with a Tusk rotation to ensure the kill onto JFD. That's another kill onto the Timbersaw. Really nice rotations there from the side of White Rabbit Gaming, ensuring the kill onto Timbersaw. And that's 3 permanent stacks for Slog already. 10 minutes into the game, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This Ogre Magi Bloodlust has the potential to be pretty strong this game. Really strong if you put it onto the Gyrocopter with his flak cannon. And 3 heroes for Alpha in the top lane at the moment. Not exactly sure why they have so much focus in the top lane. Maybe they are sensing that a gank will be coming in. Reaper is going to go in this top lane. Maybe he's going to run into a little bit of a trap here. Not quite. Middle lane, Spackman does use his self to regen back up. Jappa does have a double damage rune, and he might try and pressure this middle tier 1. BEE behind them at the moment. He does roll back just a little bit of... just to taunt them. Tinker is going to TP in now. He does use his rockets, and Ogre Magi, you might want to cancel that TP. He does cancel the TP. That would have definitely been a kill for the side of White Rabbit Gaming, and it seems like White Rabbit Gaming is focusing quite a lot of heroes on this middle tower at the moment. Jappa does have the double damage, so it should fall pretty quickly. Tinker though, middle lane, dropping pretty low. He doesn't have the laser. Maybe Wind Ranger can get this kill onto Tinker. Okay, they do get the kill onto Tinker. BEE gets a kill onto Dazzle there. Spackman has to get out now. He doesn't have any tangos to escape the Sprouts, and that's going to be a return kill onto the Wind Ranger. That's a stun onto BEE. BEE reinitiating onto Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter dropping pretty low, and that's another kill for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. And Kronos, last one to fall. He is going to fall there, and that's a dominating streak for the Roma Tusk from White Rabbit Gaming. So mid tower, 3 kills for White Rabbit Gaming, more than an 8k net worth lead at the moment. And Alpha really need to find a way to scrape themselves back into this game now, sooner than later. They can't be farming anymore. They have to try and get something done somewhere on the map to try and claw back a little bit of the game that they've lost so far. Spackman, bottom lane, he did use his wind run already, and Tusk is going to go on him. He does have his Walrus Punch. He has always spells off cooldown. Spackman does get a shackle off onto the Tusk. He's playing quite aggressively though. He does know that Ogre Magi can come help him here, and that's going to be Gyrocopter and Dazzle onto BEE. Very good ice shots there. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so, as Panos does get the kill onto the Tusk. Very well played there from... Actually, Tusk did make quite a lot of space there. 4 Euros forced to rotate to get that kill onto the Tusk. Bottom lane though, Slark still farming. There is a rocket coming to the Slark. And it seems like they do want to try and pressure this bottom lane at the moment. 5 Euros for Alpha in the bottom lane. Tinker is going to have defensive March of the Machines. Slark misses his pounce. Seems like they still want to be aggressive, White Rabbit Gaming. Slark does have his ultimate. BEE, Walrus Punch onto LFT. LFT does have the Shallow Grave on him, so he is going to survive here. Slark does want to go onto the Ogre Mage as well. That's a killing spree for Slark. They do get the kill onto the Gyrocopter there eventually, and that's a kill onto LFD as well. 3 kills for the side of White Rabbit Gaming, and they only lose the Tusk. No, they didn't even lose the Tusk, I think. Okay, they did lose the Tusk. I thought it might have been the earlier kill there. Tinker already pushing top lane with March of the Machines and the Nature's Prophet tree ants that are still there. So that's almost the top tower. I think they might get this top tower anyway with the creeps. Yeah, so that's a top tower and a massive fight there on the side for White Rabbit Gaming, and that's why they do have a 12k net worth lead now. Looking pretty dire for Alpha at the moment. Slark, pretty deep now. They do spot him out with the Dazzle Observer Ward. That's going to be a little bit of harassment onto Slark. Slark doesn't have his ultimate yet, but he does have Repo quite near with his Oracle ultimate. Slark trying to escape, 10 minutes on his ultimate. Timbersaw chasing. They do get the ult off onto the Slark, so Slark is going to be fine. BEE though does get a kill onto Ogre Magi. Dazzle dropping pretty low. They do get the kill onto Wind Ranger as well. BEE does have his snowball ready, so there should be a kill onto Dazzle as well. Dazzle does have the Shallow Grave to prolong the inevitable a little bit more, and this might be a full team wipe for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Can't even observe all of it as it just kills everywhere at the moment, and 5 kills there for the side of White Rabbit Gaming, not even losing a single euro, and they are going to get this tier 2 in the bottom lane as well. Tinker pushing mid, does have quite a lot of March of Machines there, and does have a regeneration rune as well. Might use this to farm quite a bit.
Smart money. Regeneration.
There's so many stacks here. As soon as the team gets it, that's going to be even more of a spike in net worth for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Jappa aggressive onto Dazzle here in the triangle, the dire triangle. He does manage to back off though, but it just shows how aggressive White Rabbit Gaming is so far this game. and he's going to get the last rune there for White Rabbit Gaming. Dazzle does get a ward off. White Rabbit Gaming does know about the ward since the Slark just walked past it. And then middle lane, Timbersaw almost out of position there. BEE trying to catch him, and they're not going to be able to, but just White Rabbit Gaming being so aggressive. You can't even be safe behind your own tier 2 on the side of Alpha at the moment.
Dire's middle tower.
And it seems like Tinker is just farming the entire map, allowing Jappa to just farm the jungle, since Tinker is doing all the split pushing they require at the moment. BEE almost out of position there, but he does manage to escape. That's a slow onto BEE, a rocket as well. Very aggressive here for the side of Alpha. They're going extremely deep here, and Slark does re-engage onto the side of Alpha. Ultimate from Gyrocopter onto the side of White Rabbit Gaming. It seems like BEE is dropping pretty low, but it is going to get saved by the Oracle. That's a kill onto everyone, basically. And it seems like Slark wants to be aggressive. Gyrocopter did buy back here. He doesn't want to die here. 3 euros onto Gyrocopter. This is going to be a dieback, and that is another team wipe with a buyback for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Absolutely perfect indeed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they do get the final tier 2. So that's 3 tier 2s now on the side of White Rabbit Gaming, and not a single tier 1 for Alpha so far. Just complete domination for White Rabbit Gaming so far this game. And Spackman, bottom lane, just gonna try to get some farm this game, maybe get to a point where you can at least kill one of the Euros on White Rabbit Gaming. And White Rabbit Gaming is going straight for Roshan at the moment. They should mount Roshan. They have so much farm, and they have so much potential to Rosh as well. And yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be an Aegis on the Slark, so this should be a high ground siege now for White Rabbit Gaming, and I don't think Alpha can do anything to stop it at the moment. The Gyrocopter simply doesn't have enough farm to contest anything that White Rabbit Gaming is going to throw at them right now. 153 last hits on the Tinker so far this game. Is extremely effective in his farming so far this game, and he might even get the skill onto the Ogre Magi quite deep. He almost falls there, and Gyrocopter, a little bit out of position. Jappa is going to get the sprouts off onto the Gyrocopter. Never mind, it does miss. Gyrocopter re-engages onto White Rabbit Gaming. There's no Shallow Grave coming through, so that's going to be 2 kills for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. And Slark just being extremely deep. He does have that Aegis, a lot of confidence, and Tinker as well, just going extremely deep there. BEE does try to go onto JFD, and that's going to be GG called. Well played for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Are Alpha going to be able to answer the aggression of White Rabbit Gaming in the second game? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, extremely well played there for White Rabbit Gaming, from White Rabbit Gaming. They just dominated the entire early game, and after that they basically just kept dominating. They just snowballed out of control. And at least for Alpha, they can say that the bottom lane did go pretty decently. At a time they were actually winning the bottom lane against the Slark. So they do have some silver lining to look to. The second lobby should be coming up pretty quickly. This is a best of 3. Okay. Okay, second game should be starting pretty soon. We are just waiting for everyone to join the lobby. There we go, everyone joined now. Let's have a look at the graphs for the first game, and we'll have an idea for what exactly happened that game. Team XP and net worth, you'll see after like 6 minutes White Rabbit Gaming just spiked out of control that game, and it actually started pretty decent there for the side of Alpha, but then just after that it was absolutely crazy. Spirit Breaker ban for White Rabbit Gaming. They really like banning the Burrow. They did it the previous game as well, and it's not a very common ban, so maybe they know that Alpha likes to play Spirit Breaker. Not exactly sure, and that's a Warlock ban for the side of Alpha. Timbersaw ban, a little bit of a respect ban, banning the Timbersaw that was played from Alpha the previous game. And Bambi banned from Alpha, not a hero you want to play against, and I'm pretty sure White Rabbit Gaming has a pretty decent Bambi. An extremely decent Bambi. White Rabbit Gaming taking their time here with the third ban. I'm thinking since they do not have first pick, they'll most likely want to... No, wait, I'm not sure what that means. I think they do have first pick, so never mind. Yeah, White Rabbit Gaming does have first pick, so they won't be banning the Oracle. They will most likely pick him or Winter Wyvern for that case. I think that Alpha should be banning Oracle or Winter Wyvern, yeah? They did ban the IO the first game. I don't know if they'll do that again. Actually running quite deep into the reserve time here with the third ban. They do ban the Tusk. BEE Tusk, extremely strong. Very, very good roamer. He did get first blood for his team and mega kill streak that game. Maybe even better.
Remaining.
I'm thinking White Rabbit Gaming probably want to pick Winter Wyvern, yeah? Not sure though. That's gonna be my guess. That's gonna be a Shadow Fiend first pick. A lot of mind games there for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Not exactly sure what their plan is with that. If they plan to do it as a bait, maybe it's going to be a carry safe lane Shadow Fiend. Maybe it's going to be something even weirder. Or maybe it's just them telling Alpha, listen, we're going to pick Shadow Fiend first. Counter us if you can. Maybe it's just a confidence thing. Or maybe it's a bait.
Team pick.
Grimstroke, first pick for the side of Alpha. Very strong laner. Very strong later into the game as well with his ultimate. I would classify him as a late game support in the correct games. And not someone you want to lane against pretty much ever. And I think they will probably pick a... I don't know if that's a pos 4 or a pos 5 Grimstroke, but I'm gonna guess it's a pos 5, so it's gonna be a pos 4 pick here for... Okay, so that's an Ogre Magi. That could be an offlane Ogre Magi this game. As in a pos 3 Ogre Magi, or it could be the pos 4 that they played the previous game as well. So Alpha doing pretty standard stuff, picking both the supports first pick, and White Rabbit Gaming doing the exact opposite of standard stuff, picking a Shadow Fiend first.
Dire team ban.
Second pick, Pangolier, so not going for the supports at all with the first pick, except if it is a support Pangolier, which is possible. I wonder if that's going to be a BEE Pangolier as a pos 4. That could also be possible. Fourth pick now for the side of, fourth ban for the side of Alpha. They'll probably want to ban supports now since White Rabbit Gaming didn't really pick support so far, except if the Pangolier is a support, so maybe they'll try and ban... I'm still saying Winter Wyvern.
Dire team ban. Radiant team.
Earthshaker ban, pretty decent if that is not a BEE Pangolier. Kunkka ban for White Rabbit Gaming. Maybe that means that White Rabbit Gaming might go for the Broodmother this game. That would be pretty cool to see. A little bit of a cheese pick, but it's a pick indeed, and
10 seconds remaining.
if the other team doesn't count it, it's just a free win almost.
Radiant team remaining.
Banning the Undying, I think they should have banned the Broodmother though. We'll see what happens. They do have a pick now, so they might pick the Broodmother if they sense that it is going to be a Broodmother pick from White Rabbit Gaming. Honestly, I don't know what White Rabbit Gaming's going to do this game. I know Kunkka's pretty decent against Shadow Fiend mid as well, so maybe they do want to go for the Shadow Fiend mid and it's not a bait, and they didn't ban Kunkka just to pick Broodmother. It's very difficult to read what White Rabbit Gaming are doing this game. Literally have no idea.
Dire team pick.
Third pick, Anti-Mage for the side of Alpha. Pretty quick Anti-Mage picks, I'd say, since no one really bans Anti-Mage lately. Don't have to pick him that early. Abaddon for White Rabbit Gaming. Is it going to be a pos 3 Abaddon or the more standard support Abaddon that you see nowadays? It was nerfed pretty significantly though by reducing the range of the Mist Coil, so you can't just deny yourself from the other side of the map anymore. Still really strong though. Pudge for Alpha Gaming, that's going to be a core Pudge if I'm not mistaken, so that should be an off lane Pudge, or even if they want to be very confident, a safe lane Pudge. Bristleback, White Rabbit Gaming, going extremely deep for this tanky build so far. They do have Pangolier, Abaddon and Bristleback, a lot of tank here for the side of White Rabbit Gaming.
Seconds remaining.
And last ban, come on, ban the Broodmother. I know this is a pretty weird guess, but I'm going to guess it's a safe lane Shadow Fiend and White Rabbit Gaming is going to play Broodmother mid. I might be completely incorrect in that, but we'll see. Alpha not expecting what I just said, because they do ban a safe lane Euro Naga Siren, which is a pretty good ban. I mean, they don't have anything that's good against the Naga Siren so far this game. And this should be a mid ban for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. What will they ban though? I think they should ban... I don't really know. I would have said Lena, but they already banned Lena. Storm Spirit ban. Oh, that's actually a really good ban. White Rabbit Gaming is definitely lacking lockdown this game. And that's the last pick, Ursa. So it is a Shadow Fiend mid. They did pick a mid first pick. They did go extremely cocky and just pick a mid for their first hero. And safe lane Ursa.
10 seconds remaining.
Last pick here for Alpha Gaming.
Remaining.
One and a half minutes. Running quite deep into the reserve time, and the last pick is Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is a decent pick. It can win lane against Shadow Fiend if he plays it correctly. It is going to be BEE on the Pangalia, so it's going to be a roaming Pango, Jappa on the Abaddon, and yeah, the BEE Pangalia should be interesting to see pods for Pango. I know it has been played a decent amount the last couple of days with the current meta in the international. And the sets here for both teams are pretty cool, except Bristol back. Come on, Bristol, you need a set. Well, don't need one. Would be cool though. Anti-Mage for the side of Alpha does have a positive overall win rate with Anti-Mage, and it's going to be Bristol back for White Rabbit Gaming. He does have a set actually, and that is almost a 75% win rate all time for that Bristol back, so extremely good win rate there. And again, immediate smoke for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. They play extremely aggressively when they start the game, and good luck, have fun from Ursa. Let's see, it seems like 4 of the heroes for White Rabbit Gaming are grouping at the moment. They're trying to do something extreme. 5 actually, they're gonna try something really weird here. They do have an Observer Ward, and no way. They're actually going for the level 1 Roche so far this game, and no respect for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. That's why they picked Ursa. They do have a Blightstone for the Roche. They have everything to try and Roche. And pause please from Queen of Pain. They have no idea what's going on. And I really, really hope... Oh dude, this is classic, man. Not something you expect to see in a playoffs match at all. It's actually pretty funny. I love how White Rabbit Gaming just wants to have fun this game. And Shadow Fiend even going Necromastery level 1 to help Roche here. That is going to be... Oh, sorry, yeah. Necromastery is normal. I thought he went Presence of the Dark Lord. That would have been very weird. And at least there is a 2-minute delay, so I really hope they don't stream snipe this and realize they're roshing. Yeah, I'm just gonna move my camera a little bit, so if someone does try to stream snipe, they won't be able to see what's going on here. And I'm actually gonna put something over the map as well. because it is going to be quite bad if one of the teams stream snipe, and there's going to be no way for me of proving it. I'm just going to put... Okay, never mind. The game is going to start again. And White Rabbit Gaming going for the level 1 Roche. Jappa dropping pretty low. He does have his Curse of Avernus, so that's going to help with the stacks onto Roshan. Roshan gets silenced. BE also dropping pretty low. He does have the salve though. Level 1 Roche here. Again for White Rabbit Gaming. So many stacks now. And it seems like Alpha is completely oblivious about what's going on. And Roche really low at the moment. Who's gonna get the Aegis? Actually, I think Grimstrike, does he get XP for this? No, you don't get XP if your team doesn't get it. And that's an Aegis on Ursa. Very, very well played there for White Rabbit Gaming. And it is going to be 4 runes for... Oh, actually, Bristleback does die. Anti-Mage does get the kill onto Bristleback. And it is going to be 4 runes for White Rabbit Gaming. Bristleback does TP top actually. Is this a support Bristleback? I'm not sure. Is this a tri-lane top with a Bristleback support? I think it might actually be. Bristleback is going to be aggressive onto this Pudge. He does get the armor reduction off onto Pudge, and Pudge is pretty slow now. Pudge might need to use that regeneration. He's dropping really low. He might even get tower dived here. BE does finally proc his E onto JFD, and JFD is going to fall here, and the tri-lane with the Bristleback is going to work for White Rabbit Gaming. They do get the first blood onto JFD. Middle lane, it's going to be a Quap versus Shadow Fiend matchup. I think on paper it's a pretty even matchup. Jappa bottom lane, dropping pretty low now. Does get harassed quite a bit, and Ogre Magi extremely strong laner. So Jappa really shouldn't have any way into this lane. And it is going to be a pause again from Alpha Gaming. Jappa does have the Quilling Blade already. He wants to carry hard with this Abaddon, but I don't think he'll be able to get anything done in this lane. At least theoretically shouldn't be able to, unless BEE gets a nice gank off. Pudge reconnects to the game. Go in ready is called from White Rabbit Gaming. It doesn't seem like they are ready yet though, since they aren't unpausing. 300 ping. I'm guessing the... Yeah, game is hard indeed. I'm guessing the guy who just disconnected has 300 ping, the Pudge, JFD. They actually managed to kill Pudge first blood though, like... That's a pretty tanky hero. I know he has 0 base armor, so... Maybe that's why they managed to kill him so quickly. Wow, it wasn't quick really, it was pretty slow and painful. A ping onto Roche from Abaddon. I think they are still rejuvenating over the fact that they actually managed to get a level 1 Roche off. Not something you expect to see at all. Sorry and thank you from Pudge. So that is a reconnect from Pudge. We don't quite know if they are ready yet. Go in ready is called, and that's going to be an unpause here. We are right back into the game. Ursa does have the Aegis, remember. Not something you're used to seeing so early into the game. Skulkfake, middle lane, really low actually. He does have the salve, and it seems like Quap does want to cancel that salve if it's going to be able to. He does want to wait for the Shadow Strike. Pudge is going to die top lane though. And Ursa's Aegis does drop, but that's why you do have Aegis. I think I should just keep an eye on this top lane. Extremely aggressive top lane here from the side of White Rabbit Gaming and BEE does rotate bottom lane, realizing that Abaddon won't be able to solo lane against an anti-mage and an ogre magi. Grimstroke does have the clarity on him, so he will be able to harass this, or I should theoretically be able to harass this Ursa even more. Repo with the support, Bristleback being aggressive onto Grimstroke, doesn't manage to remove the the clarity from Grimstroke. Still support, Bristleback, bottom lane. Ogre Magi dropping pretty low. They do get the proc off onto Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi does manage to juke into the tree lines. Very well played there. And it's going to be 5 seconds for Swashbuckle, so that's not going to be a kill there for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Very nice juke there. But top lane, Grimstroke does drop pretty low. Does have the salve. Three stacks onto Grimstroke. Bottom lane, the Ogre Magi can't even feel safe under his own tower as BEE is being extremely aggressive here. And Bristleback pretty low in the top lane, but it's only because he is farming a stack that he stacked for himself. Yeah, I'm guessing support Bristleback is quite a greedy support. I'm hoping that is a greedy support. Jappa, oh no, top lane. Way too aggressive there, and he is going to fall. Middle lane, Queen of Pain is doing pretty well actually. 13 last hits against the 16 of... against the 16 of Shadow Fiend. Top lane, Ursa trying to be a little bit aggressive, and Bristleback did kill himself as far as I know, just so he can respawn and TP back into the lane. Bottom lane, Ogre Magi dropping pretty low. Do they want to dive this though? I do not think so. Top lane, Bristleback, look how aggressive he is onto this Grimstroke. Grimstroke is just getting dived under his own tower. Not gonna die though, but a really unfortunate lane. Support Bristleback, it's a thing. Middle lane, Queen of Pain does have his salve, so he's gonna be right back into this lane and still doing pretty well against the Shadow Fiend. 18 last hits versus the 23 of Shadow Fiend, although Shadow Fiend does have the regeneration rune and quite a lot of stacks building up now, so he should start losing it quite heavily now, the Queen of Pain. And just bottom lane, look how aggressive BEE and Jappa are being. I mean, they can't feel safe under the tower. And that is going to be bounty runes spawning. Repo should be able to get the bounty runes, and it seems like Repo is actually farming the jungle as well as doing this. Not exactly sure what the strat is, and that he does die to a neutral creep there. It doesn't lose anything out of it, and Ursa's just solo laning against the Pudge and the Grimstroke, and he's getting away with it. BEE does rotate to the middle lane, but Quap is not here. He did have to go back to base now, and BEE realizes what's going on, and he goes back to the bottom lane, and immediately the ward gets pinged out there from Pangolier. Accelerate though, bottom lane. Top lane. Grimstroke dies again to this aggressive Bristleback. Bottom lane, Ogre Magi does want to harass Jappa at least a bit. He's gonna get used to slow. No, not quite. Middle lane. Still, Quap doing pretty well, but Shadow Fiend is starting to get quite a handy lead now. He does have full bottle charges and does get a lot of harassments off onto the Queen of Pain. And Ursa, top lane, is just having the game of his life. 43 last hits already in just under 7 minutes. Anti-Mage silenced in the bottom lane. He does have his blink. That's going to be a lot of damage onto the Anti-Mage though. And middle lane, Queen of Pain really struggling to hold on in this lane. Pudge does have a rotation. The hook is going to miss as they do see him with the ward, and that's a tower dive on the top lane onto the Grimstroke. 2 deaths already for Grimstroke in this top lane. Just such a good lane for Ursa so far. He got Aegis, he has 45 last hits, he has a killing spree. Everything just going how it should be. Top lane, Pudge, I don't even know if he's in position here. Bristleback does want to wrap around onto the Pudge. It's just being extremely aggressive. And BEE middle lane, doesn't even need him. They just get the solo kill onto the Queen of Pain. JFD is just gonna get dived in the top lane. Bristleback does have the armor, and that is a hook onto Ursa, but it's not gonna be enough. Panos does try to block Japa a little bit. It's not gonna do anything though. And that's at least a very aggressive ward there from Ogre Magi.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
DD Rune now for Shadow Fiend. That's going to be pretty scary. He's going to hop right into the jungle now. Top lane again, Bristleback being aggressive onto this Grimstroke. One more stack should kill him, and that is a kill onto the Grimstroke. Pangolier though does die. Japa is not scared of the Pudge at all. He's actually going on the Pudge at the moment. Remember, Japa, you don't have your ultimate here. He's still being aggressive onto the Pudge. I think Japa is going to fall. He does manage to get the deny of their last second. Well played there. BEE rotating in. He does not manage to get the swashbuckle off onto Pudge. And it seems like Pudge is going to be able to juke BEE for the time being. And BEE being pretty out of position here. Ogre Magi does not have his stun yet though, and that's going to be a hook onto BEE. Very good hook. Pudge almost dying though, and actually the hook helps BEE to escape there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The support Bristleback doing so much work this game. He has 1,000 gold, and I'm saying support, but it's just like he's just a jungler basically, a jungler that gang stop every now and then. Bottom lane, Panos pretty low, should be careful here. I think he is going to wait for the south though, and Panos does get vision onto BEE, but he should be careful. 3 euros here for the side of WRG. Ogre Magi is going to get dived here. He does have his E, but it's not going to be enough move speed for him to run away, and BEE does get the kill onto Ogre Magi. I'm gonna stop saying BE and just say B. Bottom lane, Queen of Pain, it does get the kill onto the Pangolier. They still want to be aggressive though onto Japa as well. That's 4 stacks onto Queen of Pain, and that's gonna be a silence. That's a kill onto the mid laner of Alpha. Panos trying to blink out, but he is under a ward there, and that's gonna be a killing spree for Bristleback. 80 last hits now for Shadow Fiend. Somehow even leading the Ursa, who has had an exceptional lane. And if we have a look at the net worth this game, it is going to be pretty much in the same order as the rest, as the last hits. And it seems like Ursa and Shadow Fiend just walking into Roche. Don't need a smoke, don't need any wars. They're just gonna walk in, and Alpha probably won't be able to contest it. They don't even know that Roche is happening, so this is a free Roche for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. And Ursa immediately TPing top after getting that cheese, and they do give the Aegis to the Shadow Fiend. Bristleback maybe a little bit out of position here, bottom lane. He is actually going to maybe fall here. It does drop pretty low, but he's not going to die. And BEE does get the disarm off onto Grimstroke. Does manage to dodge the Q of Grimstroke as well, and that's a kill for BEE. And Reaper almost being too aggressive there, but timing it perfectly, went back, and the hook does miss. Very good dodge there from the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend does tip the Ogre Magi for some reason, and that's a kill onto B. Japa though, pretty deep here. He wants to go on LFT. Remember, Shadow Fiend does have the Aegis of Immortality, and that's just going to be an easy kill onto the Pudge. They do tower dive once again onto this Ogre Magi, and that's going to be a double kill for Shadow Fiend. Japa, does have his ultimate, and Yeah, 2 kills there for Shadow Fiend, and it's going to be a top tower as well for White Rabbit Gaming. Jappa still being aggressive. 3 more stacks, and that should be a silence onto the Queen of Pain. AQ onto Jappa. Jappa dropping pretty low. Yaku will TP bot. And Ursa just farming the Radiant triangle. Bottom lane, it's gonna be Panna against the Shadow Fiend, and that's gonna be an Aegis down for Shadow Fiend. Somehow Anti-Mage doesn't manage to win that fight. He should be pretty happy with getting that Aegis down. 12k nades with the lead at the moment for White Rabbit Gaming. And it seems like Alpha does know that Ursa's here, but Ursa's just too quick with his drums and his phase boots. Too fast. Middle lane BEE is pretty deep. 3 euros converging onto him at the moment. That's going to be a disarm onto the Queen of Pain. Is Pudge going to be able to get this hook off? Is not going to be able to get it off. Very safe dodge there from BEE. Jappa though is pretty deep. He does try to go onto the Grimstroke here, and he's gonna get the kill onto the Grimstroke, so he is pretty deep, but it doesn't matter as he's really strong as well. And that's a kill onto the Ogre Magi, trying to TP out as well there. So 2 kills there for White Rabbit Gaming, and they're just gonna try and be aggressive here in the bottom lane. And that's 4 euros here for White Rabbit Gaming, and Bristleback just farming as per usual. Here's just a backup plan for White Rabbit Gaming at the moment, if they even need that. He's just farming stacks, enjoying himself. He has a mech already, almost has Guardian Greaves. And 4 euros here for the side of White Rabbit Gaming are pushing at the moment. And only 3 euros for Alpha to defend, so White Rabbit Gaming should be able to get this tier 3. BEE pretty aggressive. The Grimstroke ultimate does go onto the Abaddon, and it's a double Pudge ultimate. Extremely good initiation there from the side of Alpha. That's 2 kills for Alpha against White Rabbit Gaming. Queen of Pain buyback might be a little bit unnecessary, as White Rabbit Gaming won't be aggressing any further. Pac-Man tries to make up for his buyback by farming as quickly as possible. And top lane, Yaku, pretty low, but he's still gonna go on this Anti-Mage. It seems like he's very aggressive. Anti-Mage, maybe you need to be careful. Anti-Mage does manage to get his blink off, and he's going to be able to TP out as well. Pudge top lane, he does have his ultimate. It is going to be ultimate onto the Shadow Fiend. Is Shadow Fiend gonna fall here, or is it gonna be both of them that fall? And it seems like Ogre Magi is here as well, but he is pretty out of position. BEE gets a stun off onto Ogre Magi 4 times there, and Ursa should be able to chase down this Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi does have the stun though, so maybe he can turn around, and no, he doesn't even have a TP, so this should be a dead Ogre Magi. He'll try to juke them as long as possible, but that's a kill there for Ursa. Middle lane, Jappa is just pushing on his lonesome, not scared of anything at the moment. He is going to chase down this Anti-Mage. That's a kill for Ursa as well onto Grimstroke. Middle lane, Anti-Mage does get silenced up. Jappa is just still diving. 3 euros here for the side of Alpha, and he's still diving. He doesn't care. He's going to go on the Quap now as well. Quap doesn't have his blink for 3 more seconds. And now Pudge may be out of position, as he's going to get chased by Jappa as well. Jappa just chasing everyone on the side of Alpha. And Jappa finally does fall. He is pretty out of position there. And Panas Bristol back. Middle lane, Grimstroke does drop pretty low here, but BEE as well. They do get the kill onto BEE at least, but that's a kill onto Grimstroke, and it's going to be a kill onto the Ogre Magi as well. Unstoppable Ursa right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Repo, middle lane, he should watch out for the hook from Pudge. Panas just trying to get his Battle Fury still. I don't even think Battle Fury is the build necessarily, since he has to be aggressive if they want to way back into this game. Reaper still just farming. Every time I look at Reaper, he's farming a stack. I don't know how he's been stacking so much, but yeah, he does have the Guardian Greaves already. And he's third in net worth. That's insane. He's actually leading the offlane Abaddon. Abaddon, top lane, he does have his ultimate, but he is a little bit out of position here as they do try and aggress onto Jappa. Jappa, he is turning around back onto the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain does have his blink in 2 more seconds. That's a hook from Pudge, but he's going to die. He does get his ultimate off onto Ursa though. And that's a Bristleback diving extremely deep. He almost has his Guardian Greaves. 2 more seconds for his Guardian Greaves, and that's a shield onto Bristleback. It's going to survive for the time being, and the Anti-Mage will finish him off. But that's 3 kills for the side of White Rabbit Gaming, and a buyback from Bristleback. 3 buybacks now. 18 minutes into the game, 3 buybacks.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And Jappa just being super pesky this game, just diving everything, everywhere. Ursa doesn't even have the blink dagger. He's going pure damage, and Grimstroke really low. 1 more hit should do it. They do get the kill onto Grimstroke, and they are going to go on Pudge as well. That's just Ursa running at them, getting 2 kills. And yeah, they should be able to push this tower now. Yeah, just easily pushes the tower. He does have a Desolator as well. Does take a little bit of damage. BEE, what are you doing? It's so deep. He literally just almost dies to the tower, but that's going to be a shield onto the Pangolier. Wow, that was very interesting.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And that is a Guardian Greaves for Bristleback. Hook onto Bristleback. They do get the ultimate off as well, so that's going to be a kill onto Bristleback. Bristleback disconnecting from the game. Rage quits. White Rabbit Gaming just trolling at the moment. It does reconnect. Just a little bit of banter with that disconnect. Pudge does have the hook again. Maybe he can do the same. Almost has the ultimate. And it seems like White Rabbit Gaming just smokes, and
Is under attack.
the side of Alpha definitely knows that they smoked. And Roche is back up. This Roche is gonna melt so quickly with the Desolator and the Ursa, and it's just gonna be a very quick Roche. Took about 10 seconds, and that's gonna be an Aegis onto the Ursa this time, and that's a refresher shard onto the Shadow Fiend. And okay, never mind, that's a refresher shard onto Jappa. Gonna be able to use that Abaddon ultimate twice. If you think he was playing aggressive before, he's gonna play even twice as aggressive now. And I honestly think that White Rabbit Gaming is just gonna run at them like dogs at the moment. And if Alpha can't stop it, which I'm pretty sure they can't, it's just gonna be free kills and a free win. 27k net worth lead now for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. I'm pretty sure they have total double the net worth of Alpha at the moment. And Shadow Fiend just farming middle lane, does have that Moonshot, not consumed at the moment, going for so much attack speed. Pudge out of position here. BEE does manage to miss his Q there, and that's a Grimstroke ultimate onto 2. And Ursa doesn't care, it's just gonna keep diving. He does have the Aegis of Immortality, and that's a dive there for the side of White Rabbit Gaming. Double kill there for Shadow Fiend.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, that's a stun onto Ursa. There's a multicast, and it seems like Alpha just wants to enjoy the last bit of the tournament, as this is definitely GG, but they haven't called it yet. I think this Ogre Magi is gonna rampage. And Bristleback dropping his items. Oh. That's salt in the wounds there from the side of White Rabbit Gaming, and GG was called. Good game, well played. Absolute domination from White Rabbit Gaming. And also having a little bit of fun with that level 1 Roshan.